competition maybe. The three front runners for qualification being the European teams, and Iran have the European coach in Dirk Baumann, who knows all about their style of play, how to play European basketball. So that will help Iran for sure. But, you know, just this Greek lineup with the caption come up. Barousis, a key player, 11 points a game at the 2015 European Championships, and he's coming off the bench for Greece. So it shows you the depth that they have.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, or good morning even. It's the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Turin, Italy. And it's Iran in red, Greece in white. Greece winning the opening tip, but the clock malfunctioned at the very beginning, so they've stopped play here just for a second. Papareglu only been with this Greece national team for the past week. He missed most of the preparations while playing. You see the Spanish referee there making sure the clock is right. Papareglu is going to inbound the ball. He was with Barcelona in the Spanish finals against Real Madrid, which Real Madrid won. And again, another issue. So
a couple of things early. Papareglu, you know, his starting spot, even though he's just been with the team, he did not have a big role at Eurobasket last year. So I think that, you know, they're trying to get him going early, knowing how important he could be. And the other key, straight away for Iran, 2-3 zone. They've started the game in the zone. We saw Greece practice it. So it was perhaps them expecting some zone from Iran in this game. So they are prepared. It'll be interesting to see how they combat it. Some people have said the Greek team, the big weakness they have is from beyond the three-point line. And if you can't make threes, sometimes the zone does become a problem. It can really jam up the middle and take away the playmaking ability of players like, you know, Adetokounmpo, and how he's able to break people down off the dribble.
Well, plenty of Greek dramas over the years in basketball. We've already got one here. He's a star. Look at him. Having a good time. He's got some good seats for this game. And so they finally started after sorting out the clock issue, and 7 on the shot clock. Kalathis, Jamshidi comes out on him. Now Kalathis is going to have to put up a jump shot, and it's good. Well, that's the wrap on Greece, is really that maybe they've got some weaknesses with the jump shooting, but Kalathis comes right out and knocks one down.
But then I think that's a good possession for Iran. The ball didn't move. They kind of held it on the perimeter. It wasn't until the last second that, you know, Kalathis had to make the play on his own to score.
Well, Haddadi gets it down low and puts it up and in. And of course, he will know Koufos from his NBA days.
You've got to love Haddadi. Just wandered to the basket, didn't he? Almost like out for a country stroll.
Papatreu gets inside, misses, but Koufos and the tremendous athleticism that we talked about is just able to fly in and get the offensive rebound. But here's Haddadi.
Just the slow motion, wander down the baseline for 2. Iran switching defense on that possession, so they were in man-to-man. They did a relatively decent job, but Koufos, you know, so active on the offensive rebound.
Koufos misses the first one. Katsikaris was quite intense, to put it mildly, yesterday in training for this game in practice. Koufos misses both free throws. So shaky start for him. Although good that he got to the boards, and here he comes, steps up, almost forces the turnover. Not sure how Iran came away with that.
Well, this is what Greek have with the retirements. They are now a very active and long team. You know, players like Papareglu, they're great defenders. So it looks like they're going to come with a little bit of pressure, try and see if they can turn over the Iranians.
Jamshidi gets in, had a good look, but he was short. And now Greece have it with a chance to push the ball to the forward quickly. It gets to Koufos, and he makes the shot and draws the foul.
I think the intentions for Greece are there to be seen in the first sort of minute and 20 seconds. They're in extended pressure, they've trapped, and a couple of times all they've done, they've crashed the boards and they've run in transition. They want this to be a fast-paced game. Iran can score, but they prefer a slower tempo.
Well, certainly historically with Dirk Baumann, his teams will play more deliberate pace, slow it down. And look at this, full court pressure, just as we expected. And Haddadi gets it over to Sahakin. And Iran get it to the veteran, and he turns, puts it up, misses. Haddadi goes up and draws the foul from Papatreu.
Good work from Iran. They got the ball inside. They didn't force it. Sahakin on the inside, on the low block is a shot that they would take.
Yakchali's going to put one up and gets a lot of rim, but comes out.
We talked about the three-point shot from Greece, but also from Iran.
Pilatus gets inside, puts it up, and it's an alley-oop pass to Kufos.
Good start from Kufos. 5 points, 2 rebounds already. So great production out that spot.
Well, Greece starting his heavy favorites in this game without question. And Chali out on the perimeter, 3 on the shot clock, and Haddadi's got to launch one. He hits a three-pointer. Well, they'll take it. I'm not sure that's how they draw it up.
It's similar to the first possession of Iran. Greece played perfect defense, so we just beat them by a better offensive play. The shot at the end.
Paparaglu gets it to Kufos, and now Kazemi gets the rebound. Kazemi yet to get anything going offensively. And Haddadi wasn't ready for that pass. And Iran fortunate to get the ball. Chali back to Jamshidi, and he takes on Antetokounmpo and puts it up and in. Not too many people are going to live the tail doing that.
I'm a fan of Jamshidi's. I've seen him have some decent games before. I think he's skilled, he can make the three, but being guarded by Antetokounmpo is a difficult matchup for anyone, like you say.
Bounce pass. Oh, another chance. And right now, Iran have no answer for Kufos. Jamshidi gets it back. And with the dunk.
They're going at the opposition big guy, aren't they? Both teams realizing the offensive prowess of their center, perhaps the defensive shortcomings as well.
Kufos hands it off to Paparaglu. He puts it up and scores.
It's looking slick offensively for Greece, isn't it? You know, no problems at all in them scoring the ball in the early stages here.
Jamshidi, he puts up the three, and this time the foul on Hamed. There's another look at the jam from Kufos. Wonder how many jams he's going to have tonight.
Scores on early from Iran. I wonder if they're just trying to hold off as long as they can before they go back to it.
You know, Jamshidi and Yakchali, 2 young guys. Yakchali just 20 years of age, number 8. He's on the ball right now. And Jamshidi is guarding Pilatus at 24 years of age. Antetokounmpo puts it on the deck, gets inside, puts it up and in.
Incredible body control. The length of the stride and then the extension to finish as well.
Yeah, it's just freakish, to put it mildly.
It's unfair if you're a defender.
Oh, beautiful bounce pass from Haddadi, but Yakchali couldn't quite corral it, and then Iran turned it over. Well, you got to applaud them for the effort. A good job from Greece defensively.
I wondered how Iran would do against this, you know, the athleticism of Greece offensively more than anything. They haven't really seemed to have a problem in the early going. It'd be interesting to see if they can make it consistent, but it's this end of the floor where they've really struggled.
Antetokounmpo for three. Go! He wants to shoot more threes, and he didn't hesitate.
That's a problem if he starts making those, because that's perhaps the one thing you can do, gap him, give him the three. But if he starts knocking those down at a high percentage, it's problems.
That's a problem for the world, in fact. Here comes Haddadi, drives in, takes the contact, and scores.
That's an incredible finish from Haddadi. Just straight over the top of the defender, didn't bat an eyelid, like no one was in his way.
The other thing that this start that we've seen from Iran has told us is that, you know, they are going to be tough customers for Mexico in their next game. And remember, 2 teams will advance to the semifinals from this group. Battle for the rebound. Papicreo comes down with it. Galactus puts it up, and it's online, but it was long. Now Kazemi, another rebound for Arslan Kazemi. And Antetokounmpo just reaches in and takes it away, but Kazemi gets back and gets it back. So Kazemi's going to come out. Arman Zangene is coming into the game, number 9. And number 7, Mohamed Hassanzadeh is coming in as well for Haddadi. And we've got another substitution as well, I believe. I know that's it for Iran.
The question now is, without Haddadi on the floor, how are Iran going to play? They should get a bit better defensively, so they've got to make sure they try and slow down Greece. But they definitely lose something here offensively without him.
Well, they whip it over to the corner, now inside. And good strong post move from Hassanzadeh right off the bench, but a little bit long. Now Galactus has an open look through the lane and takes it, misses the shot. And now Antetokounmpo stops the fast break, and he put his hands on Yekchali. I mean, this is a huge opportunity for Yekchali, isn't it, to raise some eyebrows. I mean, we're talking about a 20-year-old coming up against some big-time players.
Absolutely. As always, anytime you get on the world stage like this, eyes are going to be on you.
Hassanzadeh into the corner. Here's Yekchali.
Confident stroke. I highlighted to you before the game, not one Iranian player made more than 1 3 a game at the 2015 Asia Championships. So if he can be that guy like you talked about, the guy who can hit the 3, you know, even at his young age, he's going to become a major influence on this Iranian team.
So exciting stuff. And as you see the replay of that shot, you know, Iran for so long. You think about Samad, you think about Mehdi Kamrani, you think about Ahmed Haddadi, but clearly there's more talent in the pipeline. Duragi's going to come into the game for Iran as well. And Manjaris as well for Greece is going to come in. So Paparaglu makes the first one. It's funny, we were being told by the Greek commentator it's Manjaris. And then we heard Evangelos say his name and said Manjaris. So what gives? It's like the impossible. Which way do you go?
Manjaris. Let's go with the Greek commentators.
Well, good start for Iran.
Two subs for Greece, though. What did they lose? Manjaris comes in, you know, great replacement for Parakos, and then also Baroussis on for Kufus. They lose nothing.
And a turnover from Yekchali. So the turnover. Interesting. Kurt Baumer's right in front of us. Just a couple of meters really, and telling his assistants, sit down, let me be the one that coaches, otherwise the players are going to get confused who they're listening to. Manjaris gets it to Baroussis. Here's Baroussis, and Baroussis just goes right hard to the hole, follows up the miss, gets it back, gets rejected. Where did that come from? Zangane comes out and makes a defensive play on the player of the year from the Spanish League. Corner, and long shot, no good. That was rushed. Papicreo brings it across over to Paparaglu, wide open. Well, we think he's a lot better than the 14% shooter that he was last year from three-point range. Here's another look. Paparaglu puts it up and in, and it's Greece leading 21-14. Timeout. So Dirk Bowerman, I mean, let's face it, it is a huge ask to come out and lead this Iran team past a great team that perhaps has slightly underachieved the last couple of years. One of the real powerhouses in international basketball. But they've had a good start.
Oh, absolutely. I think they'll be pleased with the start. Obviously, the lead's opened up to 7 now. So good timeout from Bowman just to stop the run, take some of the momentum away. But the trouble for Iran is, how can they consistently play against the Greek? Not in spurts, and Haddadi's gone out. That's when the runs happen. He's had to come back in. The kind of inexperience of Yakshali as well on that last possession. They ran the high pick and roll. He had the open guy in the corner, but he threw it to the wrong corner. So with the shot clock winding down, if it'd gone to the other side, possibly could have got an open look, but instead, he came to this near side for us, for Zangeli, and it was a contested 3 on the buzzer.
Kazemi back in the game. He brings it over, hands it off to Garagi, number 4, and now back to Yakshali. Garagi inside to Hamed. He's going to go right at Barousis and missed the shot, but then Haddadi gets it back after the good play by Garagi. The quick hands from the backup guard.
Fantastic defense from him. Absolute play from nothing. Got the tip, and it's led to an easy, potential basket or potential points here for Haddadi. I love the way Iran used their big guy, though. He's just stepped back on the floor. Immediately what happens, they go to him on the inside. They understand how key he is for their offense, and they use him at every occasion.
So Athenaeus come into the game, another point guard for Greece, so they've got a couple of playmakers, or a couple of point guards with Manjadis and Athenaeus.
They've got smaller to match up with Iran, who have also done the same, haven't they?
So back to a 5-point deficit. Yeah, that was purely down to hustle from Daragi. Knocking that ball away into the hands of Hamed, who was fouled. Antetokounmpo gets it over to Athenaeus, and he is fouled by Daragi. And you can see Dirk Bowerman shaking his head with that play, fouling the Greek player that far away from the basket right at the start of his move.
Yeah, well, they did everything they wanted. 2-2-1 press, back to 2-3 zone, use time off the clock. And like we talked about that first possession for Klaupis, if Athenaeus had made the 3, you accept that. You say that we've done what we wanted. We've used time, we've slowed the tempo. It's kind of tick boxing 3 out of the 4 categories you'd want. But instead you foul, put him on the line. Team fouls has become a problem soon. Everything.
Well, they break the press, they get it to Kazemi, and he goes up. How about that from Iran? And this just tells you, this is a team that has been practicing hard. They've been together for a while now. And Kazemi showing his athleticism, getting out of the break. Three-point attempt is good from Manjadis.
Big shots, very stagnant from Greece against the zone. And the ball was moving, but everybody stood still. Manjadis just stepped up, made the shot for them.
Giancini drives down, passes up the 3, and Daragi called the ball out of bounds. Giancini could have taken it. Watch Kazemi with the dunk. He was able to get up before Barousis could get there. And then he showed the muscles.
The gun show.
The guns. Welcome to the gun show.
But the thing, plays like that, it's only 2 points. But it's amazing how sometimes that can just energize a team. It can just give them belief. So a team like Iran, a play like that over Barousis, I think that could be a spark for the Iranians here.
Agravanis in, number 18, and another jump shot falls from Antetokounmpo. And really, you kind of have to pick your poison in a way against Greece, and that they're knocking down their jump shots. And that was the big question mark that I had coming into this game. Who was going to knock them down? They're not having any problems knocking them down right now. Antetokounmpo reaches in, takes it away, and then he traveled, and he knows that. Gosh, what a talent. Look at this. Here he is, Antetokounmpo with the jump shot. We've already seen him hit a three. Now Thanasis Antetokounmpo comes in to replace his brother. No, you're not seeing double. So in fact, Antetokounmpo does sit down. And it's a 9-point advantage for Greece. Right here at the end of the quarter. The three-pointer from Chelsea. And with that, it's Thrill City, 27-21. Greece's lead cut to just 6 points at the end of the first quarter. Lloyd, the shooting hasn't been too bad from either of these clubs or either of these teams. And you would expect them to pull off a little bit as the game goes on.
Well, for me, Iran have come out offensively, looked very comfortable indeed. They had a little wobble against the press in the early stages, but they seem to have settled down against that. They've moved the ball, they've hit from the perimeter, they've done everything they want, but right now the biggest problem for Iran, they've given up 27 points in the first quarter. Greece are on their way to 100 plus right here, 108 points. I just don't believe Iran can score 108 against or 109 to win against Greece. So they've got to slow them down somehow. The other thing, Jacali, who played really well, 2 fouls in the early stages as well, something to look at. But like I said, the dunk has given confidence.
Well, unlike Belgrade, where Latvia are on top of Japan big, this game is much closer, and maybe you would have expected this game to be a little bit wider margin. But Iran, let's face it, they operate in relative anonymity for most of the world, where you get a chance to see these Greek players, whether they're in the NBA, whether they're in the Greek league or in the big leagues in Europe. And what we're being reminded of is that in Iran, they've got some good basketball players.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Iranian teams, they've got great experience, though. Arguably more experience at the kind of international, the national team level than the Greek team. Greeks have only have one player to have in their roster to have played in Olympic Games.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You look at the Iranian team, five of them have played at least one World Championships. Another 3 or 4 have played 2 World Championships for their team.
Well, the pressure has caused a turnover or 2 here for Iran, but it's yet to become an even bigger factor. Inside, and Bruce is playing defense, commits the foul on Ahmed Haddadi. And don't forget, Iran, just like Greece, played at the World Cup 2 years ago. They played at the Olympics in 2008, just like Greece. So some of these guys didn't play, they're younger, but it's a point well taken. Jan Shitty hits it to Haddadi again, and Haddadi blocked by Antetokounmpo. Great play from Antetokounmpo coming off the bench. And Bowerman, watch this. He takes the contact from Barousis and thinks he's going to have an easy one.
I think it was a foul against Barousis. Not on the block, that was clean.
Just kind of sliding in with the body. And the jump shot, no good from Atheneo. Now Kazemi brings it up. Hands it off to Jamshidi now, Haddadi. He's got Barousis on his back. He just turns, puts it up and in! Don't forget, we talked about a guy that's been in the NBA. He didn't play a lot of minutes over there, but he played against Marc Gasol in practice every day.
He's one of the world's best on that low block, though. His ability to score, back his man in, the size, the strength. He's not the quickest, but if no double team comes, it's money in the bank, really, for him. I think Greece have got to do something, even with the great defenders they've got, to try and get the ball out of Haddadi's hands into somebody else's.
And Lloyd, what you're seeing is substitution with Zangene coming out. Dirk Bowerman just really upset that Iran had given away some cheap fouls out on the perimeter. Antetokounmpo. Rotate it. Mangiadis hands it off, and this time Barusis goes up for the dunk.
Fantastic zone offense in Greece. They moved the ball. Mangiadis put it on the floor, broke through the zone, and at that point it was trouble. And they found the open man for the easy dunk.
Now Mangiadis is the player that commits the foul a long way from the basket. But here he is with a beautiful drive and dish.
Well, the zone is there to protect Haddadi. Try and stop him from having to guard people from moving laterally. And that's what Mangiadis did. He went straight at
beautiful pass from Haddadi. And Jackson goes up. I mean, just terrific basketball. What a pass from Haddadi. And three-pointer is good from Barusis. I'll tell you what, the three-point game, the three-pointers for Greece are the difference in this game right now. They're knocking down their jump shots. Inside, Kazemi quickly over to Haddadi. Drives in, and the charge called on Hamed.
I wonder how many charges Barusis has taken in his life. Look at this. He's a big man, and he took a hit right there from Haddadi.
Well, from three-point range right now, Greece, are they 4-4? They are 4-4. I mean, Iran are 3 of 6, but I mean, this is some kind of shooting that we're watching, isn't it, from the arc? I mean, almost 2 of those threes from Iran were just right at the end, weren't they? At the buzzer, the shot clock buzzer, and the game clock, the end of the first quarter.
That's why I don't believe this Greek don't have the three-point shooters. They might be streaky, but you can't tell me, you guys, that Mangiadis, even Athanaou, who's passed up a couple, really, you know, he's a tremendous shooter. Switching defense, they've got to isolate here, Greasy. There you go.
Athanaou wide open, count it, right on cue.
That's just really played from Greece. Iran tried to switch. Haddadi got caught on Athanaou as he desperately tried to switch back onto Barusis. His man was left open.
Well, they get it to Haddadi, and then Antetokounmpo comes over the weak side and helps out.
I know there's a slight knock on Antetokounmpo, whether he should be in the team, but as a help defender, you don't find too many better than him. The athleticism he has from the weak side. He's already got the one block, but a couple of times as well, he's disrupted plays.
Haddadi catches it, turns, shoots. Agravanis with the rebound. I think what I heard is that he could be the best man-to-man defender in this team, this Greek team. But Antetokounmpo. Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Now the turnover, beautiful pass from Kazemi. And Athanaou reaches in and commits the foul. Boy, Iran, when they get into their fast break, they are off to the races.
Yeah, it's the four-man break, though, because Haddadi just waits. He waits behind. He will not run if he doesn't have to. But uses his energy wisely. If he doesn't have to run, Haddadi will wait. Looks like he's going to come out here now. So where again, this is the time where Greece got the run. Haddadi off the floor. How can they get scores here without him?
Yakchali again left his feet, not knowing where he was going to pass it, and those are the turnovers that give you a few more gray hairs. The coach.
The team defense from Greece, though. Yeah. They got beat on the pick and roll, but just switched, knew exactly what Iran were looking for. So when the man jumped in the air, he had no pass whatsoever.
Rufo's back in the game. He's got the ball. Agravanis, and then his pass over to Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Miscommunication. You know, we've got Mexico in this group, so both of these teams like to play them. Look at that, Iran now with 6 turnovers, Greece 4. Kazemi's going to have to inbound it, and he throws it away. Nowhere to get the ball in bounds, so that's now 7 turnovers.
The strong start of Yakchali at the start of this game, did you know what that's done? It just means that Antetokounmpo is now guarding him, face guarding him, stopping him from getting the ball. So it's an even harder task for the young point guard now.
Mangiadis, Yakchali is on him. Mangiadis into the lane, puts it up, and rebound. The ball goes out of bounds over to Iran. or is it going to be Greek ball? It's going to be Greek ball. He signaled Iran ball. So it is Greece. 14 on the shot clock. Looked like Iran even had a chance to get that ball. Agravanis' pass a little bit behind Manjardis. Agravanis, well, rushed up a three there.
I think he's going to come out a loose pass. Yeah, rushed three from him. And sub's already gone to the table.
Hakian now inside to Kazemi. He's going to go right at Antetokounmpo. And offensive foul. And sure enough, Antetokounmpo, Thanasis Antetokounmpo, is kind of living up to his pregame billing. Agravanis getting some words here from his coach, Katsikaris. So Haddadi back in the game, and Zangane back in the game as well for Iran.
Haddadi's probably played more minutes in this first half than he wanted to. I would have liked to give him some breather.
So we're seeing some good things from Greece here. Papatrou back in, puts it up, and scores. Nice drive and layup.
That was a tremendous move. Papatrou, the ability to put it on the floor is the first step to beat his man.
Janchidi back out. Zangane now tries to get it. What hustle from Greece. Diving out of bounds from Papatrou. Papapetrou, excuse me. Koufos gets inside and a little push shot. And that's going to force a timeout from Iran as Greece now start to put some distance between themselves. But look at the hustle from Papapetrou, and then it's Koufos at the other end with a little push shot. And you got a 14-point lead.
Well, the most impressive thing, or the worrying thing if you're anybody else in this tournament, is Greece have done this with a lot of the reserves on the bench on the floor at this time. They are a very deep team. You know, Manjardis has come in. He's had a tremendous impact. After now, you 4 points off the bench. You know, he's come in and he's had a tremendous role as well, added to the fact that, they've already got Koufos, they've already got Papatrou, they've already got all these other riches. And after now, he only averaged 3 points a game this season in the EuroLeague. He's now got 4 playing for Greece already in the first half of this game.
4-man, fake like you're screening, and then sprint out to create separation. 3-man that way.
So points off turnovers, you see Greece have 12. And is there anything right now that Iran can do to kind of slow down this Greek team?
Score. That's the way to slow them down. When they score, they can get into the 2-2-1. They can make sure they get back in defensive transition. The problem is the defense from Greece is elevated to another level. You know, TA, or Giannis Antetokounmpo, has done a tremendous job defensively changing the game. You know, him and Manjardis especially have just have changed the tempo since they've come in.
And now the full court pressure. And a push called on Atheneu. I'm not sure if they wouldn't have beat that press anyway, but the referee's called the foul on Atheneu. Janchidi has his ball batted back out of bounds by Atheneu. Papapetrou is in there with his quickness as well. So this is a very fast team with Koufos as well. I'd be surprised to see Greece do this. And I'm sure the other teams in this group are watching this game, scouting Greece. So they'll know that the press is going to be coming. So that foul called on Koufos, his first. Mangiatis comes out. Kalathis is going to come back in. So good work from Mangiatis. And Jamshidi goes to the free throw line.
Good job he's done. Jamshidi, 7 points in this game. 2 assists as well. He's kind of been that creative player on the perimeter that Iran were looking for. And he stepped into the void.
So the free throw, 1 of 2.
And this is it. They score, they can get in the 2-2-1, they can go back into the zone as well.
And Ateneo pushes off with his left arm, and the offensive foul called. So Iran saying, if you want to put a little bit of full court pressure on, we can do the same to you. And it gets Ateneo out of the game.
It's just a bonus. Now Chali getting a turnover. The press really isn't designed for that. It's just to control the tempo, but they'll take the steal whenever they can.
Chali hands it off to Sahakian. Langene gets it over to Chali. Now Jamshidi. Jamshidi, good! What's that? Is that 2 for him now?
Yeah, I mean, double-figure points, Jamshidi. 11 now, yep, 2 for 3.
He had the 3 at the end of the first quarter. And that's big. That gets back to 10. But the alley-oop pass to Thanasis and Antetokounmpo. How about that for a 1-2 punch? The Antetokounmpo brothers. Now Yakshali, and now foul called on Hamed Haddadi. And what excitement Antetokounmpo is bringing to this Greek team. And we have to stress, as you look at the 3 from Jamshidi, that it's Thanasis Antetokounmpo, not his brother Giannis.
Yeah, he's arguably, well, not even arguably, I would say he's been by far the better player. Although Giannis does have 7 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. But Thanasis has been an X factor in this game. The run for Greece, where they've really stretched it open here in this second quarter, where they have the 14-8 lead, has been all about him on the floor.
Kalathis gets away, hands it off to Koufos again, and this time Koufos missed the alley-oop. And now the pass intercepted by Paparoglou, and that's going to lead to a fast break and an easy one for Kalathis.
Mistakes you can't have if you're Iran. Bauman's over here telling his team to calm down. They tried to run. If you're going to run with Greece and you're Iran, you better score in transition. If not, slow it down, pull it out, use some time.
Jamshidi bounce pass, beautiful play, and the layup scored by Langene. Or was it, excuse me, no, it was Hassanzadeh.
Yeah, and that's why they need to slow it down in the half court. They've done a relatively good job. The high pick and roll has really caused Greece problems. Jamshidi again creating it.
The bounce pass draws the defense to him, and Hassanzadeh does a great job of just going to the rack. I got to tell you, Lloyd, I think Bowerman has done a fantastic job watching how he's prepared this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And even the demeanor on the sideline. You talked about the fact that they had the early turnovers against the press. He's telling his team, calm down. Let's not worry about this. We don't want to, put pressure on the team where we don't have to.
Great defense again from Hassanzadeh. And Jamshidi has it knocked out of his hands by Kalathis from behind. Now Kalathis goes in and scores with the layup. A couple of times now, Kalathis has just stolen baskets.
Just little plays, the difference of this Greek team, perhaps. The rotation's a bit quicker defensively, and there's little steals they've been able to get their hands on the ball.
Chali back to Jamshidi. Jamshidi at the line. A little bit of a crazy shot off one leg. Kalathis now up to Koufos. Passes out to Antetokounmpo, and that was an air ball. Now quickly to Yakshali behind the back, and is going to slow it up. because Greece got back.
Smarter play that time from Iran.
Jamshidi back out to Sahakian. And Sahakian loses control and then commits the foul on Papapetrou.
He struggled, isn't he, Sahak? And, you know, we expected him to be a kind of a key guy alongside Haddadi. He hasn't really got going yet. Hasn't scored in this game. That's his second foul. He does have 5 rebounds, but, you know, we said the complementary players from Iran need to have great games, and he's one of the ones for me that does need to produce in the second half.
Doragi's going to come into the game for Jamshidi. And Giannis Antetokounmpo comes back into the game for his brother Thanasis. And Papapetrou now at the line. He played, if Americans are watching this, they'll know him because he played for Texas, the Longhorns. A lot of good ball players, international basketball for at Texas, including Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph, who are playing for Canada at the Olympic Qualifying Tournament in Manila. That tips off tomorrow. Free throw is good. So 1:52 remaining, and now some full court pressure with Agravanis back in the game. Papapetrou, Antetokounmpo, and Ekchali. How is he going to break this? He's got to hurry, and he does well. Gets it to Doragi. Coming up on the minute-and-a-half mark remaining in the first half. Ekchali. It's inside, and Antetokounmpo reaches in and forces the turnover.
Starting to become a problem. 14th turnover for Iran. And what that means is points after turnovers, 17 for Greece. The lead is 15. You know, a lot of those points that they've got, the reason they've got such a high score is they've been able to convert turnovers into easy points in transition.
Kufos now gets it to Papapetrou, and he backs up his man. And good hands from Iran, and they are going to force a turnover. That was a great defensive stop. Play by Doragi. Sinzade hands it off to Ekchali. Sahakian. Ekchali. Oh, he loses it as he goes up. Now Antetokounmpo in the open floor. Passes over to Papapetrou, wide open. Go!
Just a dagger, though, isn't it? We said points off of turnovers really hurting Iran. Had a chance to kind of finish this first half on a high, but instead, momentum once again to Greece.
Doragi, 4 on the shot clock. Looks for some space. Gets it back over to Ekchali, and he is blocked by Antetokounmpo, who now takes it. He's going to go down, hand it off to Agravanis. And a foul. Is it called on Kufos?
I think it's Antetokounmpo on the offensive foul after he gave up the ball.
Well, let's see. There he is in the open floor. No, that was the other one, the pass out to the perimeter.
Yeah,
but it was indeed on Antetokounmpo, so that's his second. And Hassanzadeh comes out. Ahmed comes back in with 8.7 seconds remaining. Katsikaris, his team has opened up a 17-point lead. And now, it's interesting, Giannis Antetokounmpo comes out, and Thanasis, his brother, comes back in this last defensive stand.
Pick up the third foul, that's why. Thanasis coming for the defense.
Well, Jamshidi has to bring it up. He's got Thanasis on him, and Thanasis takes it away. But somehow Sahakian gets in his hands. He puts it up, and Iran almost were able to get it free there at the end, despite the good work by Greece. Greece opening up a sizable advantage here in the second quarter. They lead 48-31 at halftime.
It's been a solid first half, really, for Iran. When we've said that they've played badly, it's just, you know, the percentages. You see them now. They've shot the ball pretty well. You know, they haven't been dominated on the glass. There haven't been a lot of rebounds in the game because both teams have shot well. But the key thing, look at that, 15 turnovers in the first half. Just a huge number for them. That's led to a lot of easy points for Greece in transition, or, you know, just the plays where they can come down and take their time, get a good shot. That's something that Iran have to address if they want any way back in this game.
So Greece lead it 48-31 at halftime over Iran. First game of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Turin.
Stanno per entrare in campo adesso degli altri protagonisti e noi lo faremo praticamente in ogni giornata, daremo ad alcuni di voi l'opportunità di entrare nello stesso campo che vede protagonisti i nostri atleti. Allora salutiamo il Big Game, eccoli qua, i 4 fortunati che saranno suddivisi in due squadre praticamente che giocheranno da una parte e dall'altra, uno contro l'altro, avranno 5 possibilità di tiro e chiaramente più vicina sarà la loro posizione al canestro, meno punti guadagneranno, avranno un minuto a disposizione per cercare di fare più punti possibili. La difficoltà sta intanto nel tempo che avranno a disposizione i migliori, poi per ogni squadra avranno l'opportunità di sfidarsi invece nella finale, dove gli sarà dato una trentina di secondi in più con una possibilità in più. Li andiamo a conoscere, vieni qua, come ti chiami? Giacomo. Bravo Giacomo, tu sei? Matteo. Giacomo e Matteo da una parte, la camera ci segue, andiamo a conoscere gli altri professionisti, uno mi sembra già nel mood basket, l'altro sembra preso dall'after hour, come ti chiami? Tu? Giocate a basket? Ecco, dovete dirlo dopo, non prima. Allora attenzione, quando volete voi arbitri avete a disposizione un minuto di tempo per cercare di realizzare più punti possibili. Il via lo posso dare io? Un minuto, ci abbiamo un minuto assolutamente, questo poi lo teniamo poi dopo. Attenzione, 3, 2, 1, via! Cercano chiaramente di partire da quello che è il punto più distante, attenzione, giocano in questo momento insieme, ma in teoria sono uno contro l'altro, come vedete hanno scelto di cercare di fare canestro dal punto più distante possibile per cercare di mettere dentro più punti possibili e immaginabili. Io spero nel mio piccolo che qualcuno abbia fatto partire il timer per quanto riguarda il minuto. Siamo a metà, siamo a 30 secondi. Mi raccomando pubblico, scegliete voi una delle squadre che vi è più simpatica. Di là abbiamo visto il canestro. Vediamo un po' cosa succede, dovrebbe essere intorno a 15 secondi dalla fine, più o meno, io da spalle. Attenzione, guardate da qua! Incredibile, quasi quasi lo lascio in campo. Attenzione, mancano 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Adesso mi dovete dire chi sono i due fortunati che si giocheranno la finale, attenzione. Lui, l'avevo detto io che lui mi dava l'impressione di essere, ok, invece da questa parte sei tu, ok, perfetto. Adesso invece l'opportunità che vi si dà è la stessa, ma vi diamo 30 secondi in più, perché a 30 secondi dalla fine voi potete tentare di vincere col tiro dalla vita, cioè scegliere da centrocampo se riuscire a fare la metà campo, se riuscire a fare il canestro, ok? Li facciamo uno per volta? Perfetto, uno a testa, possono partire un pallone a testa, potete tirare da dove volete, insieme. Allora attenzione, un arbitro lo mettiamo qua sotto, mi raccomando pubblico, sceglietevene uno, manca a farla apposta, scelgono quello più lontano, giustamente. Allora attenzione, 3, 2, 1, via! Parte la finale del Big Game, guardate che fu lui per chi aspetta prima. La cosa bella è che adesso si deve andare per cogliere il pallone, poi va sul 4. Adesso ragazzi dovete cercare di mettere piede in cascina, la telecamera non so quanti punti vale. Attenzione, perché a 30 secondi potete decidere di spostarvi da metà campo Signori, fatevi un applauso. Ci abbiamo Sardegna di qua e Sardegna di là. Allora, intanto facciamo un applauso a tutti e quattro. Chi è che dice? Davide, quindi signori un applauso per Davide. Complimenti Davide, non ti chiedo quanti punti hai fatto, anche se lui la partita con una tattica un po' più furba. Abbiamo i nostri regali, ricordo che Nick vi darà l'opportunità durante il primo quarto di divertirvi. Questi sono regali ragazzi che vi porterete a casa, oltre al ricordo di essere stati praticamente protagonisti in quello che è il campo centrale. E allora adesso vi faccio fare una cosa bellissima. Lasciate i palloni qua, vi fate un giro di campo e la gente vi fa l'applauso. Provate questa emozione ragazzi, fatevi un applauso mentre passano, sì, fatevi un giro di campo. Ecco, perfetto. Signori, grazie a Pic. Il prossimo protagonista potrebbe essere uno di voi, quindi ci vediamo dopo. E allora signori, dopo aver dato spazio a qualcuno di voi, qualcuno del pubblico, adesso è il momento di ringraziare i nostri partner, quindi grazie ad Acquaeva, Champions, Java 99 del Monte, e i loro contributi.
48-31, Greece on top of Iran at halftime of the first game of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Turin, Italy, the northern part of the country. And if you've never been to Turin, I highly recommend it. It's a great place to come, and I'm sure that Greece are glad they're here because they seem to be coping well with the atmosphere, trying to get to the Olympics. If they win this tournament, they will get to the Olympics, but right now they're beating a team that really they should be beating. Certainly everybody expected them to come out and beat Iran, and they will take on Mexico. Also in this group, Iran will face Mexico, while in Group B, you've got Italy, Croatia, and Tunisia. So there are signs of danger, without question, for this team. And Dirk Bowerman, he's got a big ask to get back in this game. Boy, he's drawing up some plays, and do you think it's possible, first of all?
Well, yes, anything is possible, but the other thing to also highlight is that, you know, for Iran, this game essentially is a freebie for them. You can see on the board, he's not actually drawing up plays. He had the word confident at the top, and I couldn't make out the bottom word, but he's just telling this team, you know, for them, this is a free game. No one expected them to beat Greece. They're preparing to play, you know, against Mexico. That's a game for them to get into the semi-final and then see if they can get the semi-final game and try and win the crossover into the final. So, you know, the pressure's not really there for Iran. They've got to play better. The worrying things for them, number one, they've given up, you know, 48 points in the first half. They're never going to beat anyone giving up close to 100 over the course of a game. And problem number two, the offense in the second quarter, only 10 points there in the second 10-minute period. So they've got to find a way to get that consistent scoring. Haddadi has been brilliant, 13 points for him. Jamshidi as well has been very, very good. He's got 11, but still Sahakian, you know, yet to score for as well as he started as well. Yakshali only has 3 points. He's also been a little bit loose with the ball at times, and he has picked up 4 turnovers in that first 20 minutes.
Well, good evening and welcome back for the second half here. If you've been away for a tea break or frosty beverage, second half action underway. You see Kalatas, Papatreu, Papareglu, and Antetokounmpo and Koufos in that starting 5 for Greece, and they start things off with a 17-point lead against Iran. Here's Papapetrou, and battle for the rebound. Koufos goes up strong and is fouled.
For as well as he's played offensively, Haddadi hasn't been great defensively, and it's things like that. He doesn't have great lateral quickness. Yeah, you can afford him a couple of deficiencies, but he didn't even try to box Koufos out there. He just tried to jump with him. The ball fell to Koufos nicely, and that's why Haddadi's picked up this foul.
And that is foul number 4.
Yeah.
So that is a horrendous situation, at least according to the stats that we've got.
Yeah, no, and he's going out. Here comes the sub.
Sahakian catches it, and Iran do just get it over in time. Now Haddadi gets blocked by Antetokounmpo, and Haddadi is going to have to go take a seat. So Zangane is going to check into the game. Here he is again. So he got around Koufos with some contact, and Haddadi has to be careful. He doesn't want to say anything to the referees. He's a little bit frustrated because he has to leave the game. Haddadi had 13 points in the first half. And turnover, here he comes, Antetokounmpo, and just kind of lays it over. And another turnover. That's been the problem. Well, one of them.
It has been the major problem, but you've also got to give credit to the Greek defense. You know, they've been very good tactically. The coverage, you know, how they switch. They know exactly where the next pass is coming.
And another one, and this time Jamshidi is able to get it back. And it gives Iran an opportunity, but then Kalatas knocks it away. And here's Antetokounmpo with the dunk. Don't bring down that shot clock.
Points off of turnovers yet again. This is the problem. It is Iran not being able to handle or not making great decisions, but the Greek defense, Antetokounmpo is just waiting. He knows where the pass has got to go. He knows the Iranian offense so well, and that's not necessarily from the scouting report coming into the game. That's also the way that he's kind of read the situation as the game has evolved.
Arslan Kazemi in the game, gets it across midcourt. Now he's got it. Bounce pass, beautiful play. Drive, Kazemi gets it back, passes back outside to Yekchali. Hits a three.
Started the first half very well. And now he starts the second half very well. It was that middle period where he lost it for his team. They need him without Haddadi on the floor.
Behind the back pass now outside to Papapetru. He misses. And the scrap for the ball comes over to Iran. Jamshidi pulls up. It's good. And another jumper. Well, he had a lot of points in the first half.
He's played very well indeed. 13 now. Shot the ball well. Not only has he shot it and made scores, you know, he's been a creative player. Got other people's shots as well.
Antetokounmpo for three. Well, with a 17-point lead, I suppose Katsikar says he's going to be too worried about that shot selection. Maybe it was early in the possession. Now Jamshidi goes up against Kalathis. Oh, he just took on Kalathis and ate it for breakfast. Now, Yekchali commits the foul.
I said to you, before the game, you know, I like the balance of the Greek teams. And it's things like, you look at the four guys they've got on the floor around Koufos now.
Look at this.
You know, but that defense as well came from 2 or 3 switches. Kalathis can switch and switch back again because the other people on the floor with him, Perperoglu, Antetokounmpo, Papapetru, those three and Kalathis can switch anything between them because they're all so versatile. You can't really post them up. You can't really take any of them on the perimeter. So that's a huge weapon for Greece to have.
Well, Bruce has come in for Koufos, and he's got the ball. Papapetru over to Perperoglu, and it's good. Three-pointer.
And again, the versatility. Any of them can penetrate. Any of those four can shoot. And it's not only these four as well. They've got guys coming in off the bench who can do exactly the same thing for them.
Now Jamshidi has his pass intercepted by Kalathis. And the foul at midcourt to stop the fast break.
Just a quick look at the stats. Perperoglu, you know, we mentioned the struggles he had. He only played 7 minutes a game at Eurobasket 2015, shot just 14% from three-point range. Well, here in this game, talk about efficient. He's played 16 minutes. He's got 12 points. He's plus 14 when he's on the floor for his team, and he's yet to miss from the field or the foul line. You know, just a highly efficient game from him.
Maybe the key is just join your team late in preparations. That's what he did.
Full of energy.
Aslani into the game for Jamshidi. Guarding Kalathis. Antetokounmpo kind of fumbles it away, but gets it back. Now he gets in, puts it up, and banks it in. The bank is open.
I mean, we said, you know, his brothers arguably played better, but now Giannis has 13 points in this game.
Three-point attempt is good from Yekchali, the 20-year-old.
He's played well. Third three, all of his points come from around the three-point line.
Papapetru drives down the lane and out of control, charges into Kazemi. I tell you what, really, as you look at this replay of Kazemi getting position and drawing the foul, there's no such thing as a moral victory, but, you know, Iran, they've done some good things today.
I'm very impressed. You know, even at halftime, everybody was together. Everybody was in a really tight-knit circle. We talked about body language of the teams that have been practicing yesterday. We saw, and you could see the difference in different teams. Almost what you would assume to be teams that get along pretty well and teams that didn't. But this Iranian team, they work well together. They maximize what they have talent-wise.
So Hakim gets it over to Yakhchali, and you got young players like Jamshidi and Yakhchali to build around. It's a promising future for Iran. Aslani, and his pass intercepted by Antetokounmpo. Kalathis back to Barousas, wide open, passes it up. Now he's got it. And passes over to Antetokounmpo and earns a trip to the free throw line. I've got to be honest, I mean, from what I've seen, other than the air ball from Thanasis Antetokounmpo, everything else he's done has been pretty good.
I mean, that combo, him backing up his brother, very, very talented.
I mean, the litmus test will be how he plays against Croatia, how he plays against Italy if Greece go on in advance and play one of those teams, or perhaps Tunisia. Although I would probably put Tunisia on that same level with Iran. And Antetokounmpo misses the free throw, so they automatically, of course, go to the shot to his brother, applauding. A lot of the Italian fans getting ready for their team's game later tonight against Tunisia. Still coming into the arena. And second free throw is good. So Sahakian gets a pat on the backside from Bowerman as he comes out of the game. Now some full court pressure. And again, Iran beat it. Good job. Yakhchali has a three. Good. Well, he really does. You know, he's young. He makes some mistakes, but he does some good things. 4 of 6 from three-point range. His shooting is one of them.
Impressive. Shot 26% at Asia Basket a year ago, so shows you the improvements the young man is making.
Paperglue, another three. This time he got his shot blocked. Good job from Kazemi. Arslan Kazemi. Iran had not gone away to hide it. Got it back to 17. Aslani hands it back off to Hassanzadeh, but he turns it over. Good D from Barousas. Papapetru holds it up. Barousas turns on the baseline, puts it up and in. Just kind of forced it in there, didn't he? Look at that, turnovers has been the big problem in this game.
Yeah, that's the difference, the turnovers. Great low post play from Barousas. They doubled him. Still couldn't stop him. He's got huge size advantage on the floor without Haddadi out there for Iran.
Aslani gets it over to Yakhchali. Another three. Boy, that's a deep three, and he missed that. And then Barousas, I think, was it Barousas that committed the foul coming from the behind?
No, I think it was Manzaras.
Manzaras underneath it. Underneath. So Yakhchali comes out of the game. Jamshidi goes back in.
Alan Popoulos as well is in for Greece, the 19-year-old youngest man on their roster.
Well, the under-18 European Championship MVP last year, checking into the game, Harold Lampopoulos for Greece, the left-hander. Kazemi, oh, nice play from Iran, and Hassanzadeh just missed the layup.
Those inches, the difference, the passes that get stolen, the missed layups.
And good play now as Barousas is going to back up Hassanzadeh.
You can't let him catch the ball in the paint. He's just too deep, too many options for him. And Barousas, the thing about him, he's just such a great passer anywhere on the floor.
And another free attempt for Iran, and it's good. From Arlen Zangene.
It's all about Jamshidi again, though. We've talked about the great defense of Antetokounmpo, but he was lost on that move there from Jamshidi.
Three-point attempt from Barousas. And now, out on the open floor, Jamshidi drives in, and the pressure from behind from Thanasis Antetokounmpo. And now a knee injury. Hopefully it's not serious. Jamshidi asking why a foul wasn't called. But here he is again. Or was he saying wasn't it goaltending? Did he say he hit the backboard first? That was a three-pointer that went in. I'm trying to see who it is on the court. I can't quite make it out. Is it Zangene? Yeah, I think it's Zangene. It is Zangene, so hopefully he's okay. He's holding his knee. He's got it wrapped. He's got it wrapped up, so maybe he's carried a problem into this. Now Iran, well, he's going to have to be carried off, so that doesn't look good.
The thing you like to see, though, even with an injury, I mean, as soon as the referee stopped the game, 3 players from the bench for Iran ran onto the floor to check that he was okay. Often you see the players will stay still, the trainer or the doctor will go out, but for Iran, 3 players just instantly ran to check on their teammate. And that's what I'm talking about, the togetherness of this Iranian team. I don't think that can be underestimated, but if he's unable to play, that's another big loss. Haddadi back in.
Well, Haddadi checks back in, but don't forget Iran have to turn around and play tomorrow against Mexico. So at some point you wonder maybe if Bowerman tries to manage minutes. Italy meanwhile checking in, the players walking behind us to check out some of this action. Here's Panasas Antetokounmpo, and Haddadi boxes out Borussis. So hopefully he's getting his legs stretched out. Zangene, and hopefully he'll be okay. But here's Haddadi. He's got the 4 fouls. He's going to put it up, and it's good. He tells Borussis, you're not the only big guy that can shoot it out here. I can knock it down as well. And back to a 17-point deficit. 16-point deficit, excuse me. 63-47. Harlem-Bopoulos gets inside, and Antetokounmpo almost tapped it in. And Iran, Aslani couldn't get it. Again, look at Bowerman applauding the effort.
The inches, the rebound. Again, an opportunity for Iran to secure possession, get the ball, get another good offense, use Haddadi while he's on the floor because he might well go out for this final minute of the third quarter. They won't want him to foul out here.
Harlem-Bopoulos on the baseline. Manjadas, who was so key in that first half run. And Agravanis puts up a 3 and nails it. I mean, Greece tonight has shot the ball exceptionally well, and I'm not sure that Bowerman, could he have predicted that?
No, I mean, I don't know about the Knox, that they're not a good three-point shooting team, but either way, they've shot extremely well. 7 of 15 as a team, and their defense has just been tenacious.
And that's the Antetokounmpo thought better of it. Now gets it back outside to Borussis. And it's time coming over the back. Was it Antetokounmpo? Agravanis, okay.
Antetokounmpo was too high to foul anybody. He was over the top of everyone.
So really, just looking at the stats here, 19-point advantage. Inside it goes, the turnover. Manjadas again. Brings it up the floor. Haddadi with the bounce pass. And did it go off Manjadas? And it did, so it goes back, and now Haddadi is lying on the floor. So 37.6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. He's holding his knee.
You saw the replay. Manjaras just went down into the leg of Haddadi as it was straight, so the knee just kind of hyperextended a little. Seems to be okay.
I believe Manjadas also tore his ACL a while ago, a few years ago. And here's the Iranian player Zangene, who had to come out of the game with the knee problem. So Baragi Brings it across, goes up against Antetokounmpo. Back to Haddadi. Eslani. Sahakian. Daragi for three. And Barousis. A little bit of ball handling skill. Manjadas now. Arambopoulos passes it. And Barousis right at the buzzer off the front of the rim. So that is how the third quarter ends. And it's, Iran doing a good job of staying in there. They're trailing 66-47, 10 minutes remaining in the first game of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament here in Turin.
Different pressures for either team in this game. It's only really been the last couple of minutes you almost sense Greece relaxing a little. They look tense, they look focused, yes, but it's a game they need to win. For Iran, they're trying to stay positive for the next few games as well.
The 22 turnovers.
That's it. I mean, in a regular game, Bauman's tearing out his hair. He's going absolutely crazy on the sideline because you've just got no chance of winning a game if you've got 22 turnovers in the first three quarters. But he is so experienced, and he knows now, if he gets on his team, if he starts beating them down now, how are they going to respond for the next game? He wants them to be confident. He wants them to be positive going into the next game. There's no point in tearing a strip off the team and really having them kind of frustrated with each other. He wants them confident, looking for the game against Mexico, because that's the key for them. The difference is for Greece, they were perhaps a little bit more, like I said, focused but tighter at the start of the game, because for them, they think they should be winning this group. If they don't win the group, that's a negative for them, and that will bring the tightness and the frustration into the crossover game that they don't want. So the mental capacity, the mental complexion of this tournament and the games, the expectations for each team has a lot to play with, has a lot to do with how well they're going to play.
So the key for Iran is try to get something positive out of this game, be ready mentally, physically, emotionally to face Mexico. And let's be honest, we watched Mexico play yesterday. Gustavo Ayon's not here. We had some questions whether or not this team was looking happy in practice yesterday, and they weren't. So this is a team that maybe you can get after and get a win if you're Iran.
I mean, if you're Iran, winning against Greece here means very little for them, because they've still potentially got, the game against Croatia or Italy in the crossover. They lose here, they've got a game against Croatia or Italy in a crossover, you would expect. So for them, this game doesn't mean a lot. It's going to be the semi-final. That's the game where they've got to win one against a great team. So if they've got to win one against a great team, they would rather lose this one to win that one than win today and lose the semi-final. I would say, I think a coach like Bauman, he'll be holding some things back as well. He'll have a couple of little wrinkles that he can go to in that game if they're able to get there.
Oh, backdoor pass, and it eluded Agravanis.
Great movement. There's Barousis again. He was called a point guard in the EuroLeague. Did you hear that this year?
Barousis.
Yeah. In the playoff series. Said that the team has 3 point guards for Labrel Gugsa, and Barousis was one of them, because he plays like a point guard. Handles the ball, makes passes.
Haddadi with the shot, no good. Sahakian gets it back, passes back to Slani. He passes to Haddadi, and Haddadi goes up and is fouled by Gravanis. I have to say, Thanasis Antetokounmpo has played this game with a great spirit today. Watch this. He goes up, and Haddadi looks over at him, and he gave him a big hug. He didn't see it. But he's out here competing, trying to take some of the headlines away from his brother. And Haddadi misses the first. Do you think it's to Iran's advantage that they played today going into the Mexico game tomorrow, or do you think Mexico have the advantage of resting and watching this game?
Yeah, well, Mexico have the advantage for watching, and that's what I say. I don't think Iran will be using, the complete deck of cards they've got. There'll be a couple of things held back. They've used this zone sparingly, so they might want to practice it, but I wouldn't, you know, maybe it'll be interesting to see if we see it a lot tomorrow or not.
Atheneo, who was key in that first half. Now Borussis on the baseline. Antetokounmpo and Haddadi with the rebound. Beautiful pass from Aslani, and almost. Antetokounmpo went up and challenged the shot.
The distance he can cover is incredible defensively. He just makes plays nobody else can. Well, except for his brother, maybe, but on this Greek team for sure. He you know, right there, he's probably 4 steps behind the man. Look at just the desire to get back, the arms, the wingspan, and then the athleticism as well. Not sure if he got a piece of it, but absolutely the miss was because of his defense.
Yakchali coming in. There's Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Greek fans liking what they're seeing right now. Their team is pretty much got 1 foot in the semifinals. Atheneo misses. Borussis with the rebound. He puts it up and in. 11 points coming off the bench.
5 spots so strong for Greece with Borussis and Koufos. You know, got
Jamshidi.
21 points between them, 8 rebounds as well.
And Jadis kind of lost it, batted it over to Atheneo. So Greece will play this game, and they'll have a day off before they face Mexico. Entry pass, and ball went behind Antetokounmpo. So Iran are going to burn a timeout here, 2 minutes into the final quarter, trailing by 20 points. So Katsikaris, look at that. He's got 24 points coming from the Greek bench tonight. Iran, just 5. And look, I can read Bowerman's lips right now as we look at. I can't read Katsikaris' lips because he's speaking in Greek. But if you look at the stats and look at that great shooting, really from both teams from 3-point range. I could read the lips of Bowerman, and he was telling his players to keep playing. He doesn't want them to give up.
No, absolutely. So we talked about, we're in the 4th quarter now. He doesn't want them to get lethargic. This is like a practice session for them, looking forward to tomorrow. If they let things slip now, they'll start the game sloppy tomorrow. Or it's very difficult to sometimes, you know, you want to finish the game well. So even though you lose, you remember the good things you did in the 4th quarter. You know, people have short memories. So you have a great 4th quarter, you remember that, you feel confident going into the next game. You finish this game badly, that's what you remember going into tomorrow.
Latvia well on top of Japan, so they're going to win their first game down in the Belgrade Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Only the winners of the tournaments advance to the Olympics. Now Jamshidi puts up the 3. Agrivanis with the rebound. Borussis goes to work inside. Good rebound from Yakchali.
Yeah, poor decision from Borussis that time. Made one move too many. We should have just turned and finished.
Kazemi and Maciejewski are going to come back into the game for Iran. Yuragi, and that was long. Now Manjadis, 3 minutes into the final quarter. Greece in command. Agravanis for 3. And air ball. Now Haddadi quickly out to Jamshidi. Haddadi goes to work on Borussis. Hands it off. Sahakian passes out to an open 3. Well, it was open for a minute before Antetokounmpo got out there. And then the ball batted over to Antetokounmpo, and he dunks it with 2 hands.
There's never an open shot with him on the floor.
Watch this. He doesn't have any elevation issues, does he?
This is where Iran, you know, they're burning timeouts. Bowerman's working this sideline. He's just trying to keep his team together here. You know, he's bringing Mashiaki into the game as well, the point guard. And it's his first action, first time he's going to step on the floor. And I guarantee you, he's just going to be out there to give some energy back to the team. You know, he's one of these guys, he likes to pressure, he likes to play extended defense. And I think that's a good time to put him on the floor and get him in, see if he can just create a spark, get things going for his team. You know, that is the worrying sign for Iran, and there's another worrying one with the injury. You know, they're not the deepest team in the world, and that's going to hurt them if he is out tomorrow.
So Iran's players, Haddadi was arguing vociferously on that last play that he had been fouled before he left the court for the timeout. But the referees have to allow some physicality, don't they?
That's just the frustration of the game for Iran. They started so brightly, but the turnovers, which just pile up one after another, has really caused them problems.
So Mashiaki bring the ball up. Over to Yakchali. Time, the shot clock violation.
Then Iran ran a beautiful play. You know, everything was going well. And they looked to the inside for Kasemi, who had come off a shuffle screen. He's posting up. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo is standing behind him, guarding him. So against most teams, that's a mismatch. They'll go to the inside. Against Greece, they're going against the NBA, one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Well, here he is, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got the ball in his hands, and he's going to explode, and he makes the pass, and this time the shot clock violation against Greece. Haddadi looks to get it inside now to Kazemi. Oh, and he had the good move, but Haddadi follows. He misses the layup. And the foul to stop the fast break.
It's the same play, better execution that time. They ran on the other side, so it was Athanaou that got switched onto the low post defend the offense. And like you say, they got a good look. They just haven't finished. And that's where we talk about the confidence, the mental state of Iran. Early in the game, there were opportunities they were making, and you're hoping, if you're a fan of Iran for tomorrow, that they get back the confidence they had in the early stages of this game.
Up steal from Kazemi, and he's going to take it in. No, he's going to lose it. Athanaou takes it away. He passes out to the perimeter. Manjadas. Agrivanis for 3. Go! Got a nice little stroke. He put up an air ball today, but Agrivanis.
Second 3 for him.
A couple of threes.
Yeah, can't extend the race. He hasn't had a great game. I think he'll be frustrated. He has made 2 threes.
That game clock in the graphic seems to have frozen. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining. It says 5:28. And there are fouls called on Greece. On Athanaou. So Kazemi's going to come out. Sideghi comes in. First look at him. And Kardust as well. Haddadi's coming out. Maybe that'll be it for the day for him.
Yeah, I think so. Towards the crowd. He thinks that's it for him as well.
Well, he got a huge applause here from even the Greek fans. Perhaps recognizing what he's done for international basketball over the years. Sahakian, that's on line, but long.
Still hasn't scored, Sahakian.
That could be saving it all for tomorrow. Atheneu. Now the clock is right on the graphic, and Koufos misses. Chali. Sahakian for three. That's good. Well, he wasn't going to go scoreless, was he?
Oh, Baumann give a big fist pump to his man as well then. 3 points, first points, got 8 rebounds. Played a lot of minutes, 30 minutes in this game.
Manjadis goes baseline, hands it off to Koufos. Ball goes out to Atheneu. Greece passing it very well. And Antetokounmpo puts up a three. Wow. Can't really call it a dagger because the game's pretty much gone for Iran, but that just kind of adds insult, doesn't it? And got a couple of substitutions. Manjadis coming out of the game. Koufos remains in. Kalathis, Haroulambopoulos. And we're also going to see coming into the game for the first time tonight from Greece, number 31, Yorgos Bogris. Daragi is going to come in. See that pat on the backside from Baumann? Everything positive from him tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you see it there, pat on the back for Sahakian. I like that. He's played a lot of minutes, like we said, but he wanted him to go out on a high. So he gets the score, remembers the positive, and now he'll take a seat on this bench for this last few minutes.
And Sadeki misses. Hustle, ball inbounds to Bogris. Atheneu chases it down. So Greece 2.5 minutes away from closing in on the first victory here at the OQT. Atheneu from the corner. Daragi. So you've got 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments here in Turin, in Belgrade, Serbia, and also in Manila, the Philippines. And the winners of these 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments that are taking place this week will advance to the Olympics. And right now, Greece boosting their chances with a convincing win over Iran. And the offensive rebound and putback. Are they going to call it? Or are they going to wipe it away? Was it after the shot clock? They might look at it. No, they're going to say no basket. So Bowerman still coaching.
Visit to the Greek bench. Every one of the coaching staff got up to complain about the 2 points, even though they're still leading by 15 now.
Agravanis drives in hard, misses. Bogris there for the follow, but the foul called on Kardust. So there they are, the Antetokounmpo brothers sitting side by side. They're probably thinking job well done, but tougher battles are ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, A+ for Greece today, really. Done exactly what you'd have hoped, what the coaching staff would have wanted. They played well, everybody's got in. They've shot the ball extremely well. The press worked. The defense was the most important thing for them.
Yeah, it could have been uncomfortable for them early on because Iran were giving them everything. They were only down, what, 6 points at the end of the first quarter.
Iran played really well. The thing I'm going to be interested to see is how Greece, I said to you, a lot of these teams are without their dominant 5 men here. Greece aren't. So that gives them the advantage offensively, but defensively means they can be exposed a little because, how do they switch out? How do those guards, the big guys, guard the smaller players from the other teams?
That's a good pass from Mashayeki to Karduz. Bogus. He misses. And again, Mashayeki drives in. This time he is blocked by Agravanis. Kalatis, his pass intercepted. You got a couple of players, Kostas Sloukas and Prentices with plantar fasciitis injuries, keeping them out of this tournament. You might wonder if they would be added to the squad if Greece were to qualify for the Olympics. Here's Haralambopoulos. Agravanis, another three, and he misses. So the final seconds ticking off the clock, and Iran are going to fall by a big margin. Looks like they're going to settle for the 78-53 defeat. Bowerman goes over, shakes hands with Katsikaris, and it played out as we expected, although some good play from Iran. But when you're going up against a team, that seems to be really focused and concentrated like Greece, and with some exciting new players, it's going to be awfully difficult. They lose it. Greece win it 78-53. So as you look at the stats, Greece is, when they took over the game, their three-pointers were falling. But it happened in the second quarter. And the 27 turnovers, well, a lot of those came in that second quarter for Iran when the game got away from them.
That was the difference. The turnovers, 27 from Iran, just didn't give them the platform they needed to try and win this game. And not only did they turn it over, not only did they therefore lose points offensively from cheaply giving away possession, 33 points after turnovers for Greece as they turned a lot of those skills, a lot of those turnovers from Iran into easy points in transition.
So 2 quick points. Number one, Iran, they turn around, they come back and play Mexico tomorrow. They're going to try to hold on to the good things, and perhaps Mexico won't be able to create as many turnover problems for them.
I mean, Mexico haven't got the athleticism, the size, and it'll be interesting to see. I would argue they're probably not going to be as good tactically as Greece have been defensively here in this game.
And on the other hand, Greece, this is an important step for them as they move towards the semifinals. We know they can shoot it, so whoever said they couldn't needs to go back and re-examine their analysis.
I mean, for me, I think they have the most complete roster. I'm still with that. That thought after this game here today, I think they did what they had to. I think they've still got things left in the tank as well. So, yeah, Greece looking good. Solid first performance from them.
Okay, one final time, 78-53. Greece winning it over Iran in the first game of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament in Turin. Italy and Tunisia coming up next.
σκορ. Νομίζω ούτε εσείς είστε στο σκορ, αλλά περισσότερο στα στοιχεία που δείξατε σήμερα.
Ναι, έτσι όπως λες και εσύ, καταρχήν ήταν μια καλή αρχή για μας. Θέλαμε να μπούμε σοβαροί, ανεξαρτήτου